Okay, everything should be alright. Okay, right. Let's see how we go today. Hopefully everyone can come in. Oh. Hello, Alexandra. How are you? Spiritual love, who's coming towards me? That's a good question, spiritual love. Give me a second. I am going good, Samia. How are you? Okay, so this seems to be someone that's very close to you because there's two cups already. So this person, you probably know that they have feelings for you already. Ooh, no. With the Knight of Cups, you might be still in your headspace. You might have doubts. So this might be a crush of yours that you're not approaching, but they're willing to stay around until you wake up and realize that they really like you. So that's a good thing for you. Wow, how are you? I'm going good, Arita. How are you? Alexandra says general. Okay, so you are having a lot of good things coming in. So there's kind of like a celebration coming in for you, which is pretty good. I would honestly say to you that it's a celebration for yourself, not other people. So it could be that you are graduating a course, or I feel like more like a accomplishment, but a general life accomplishment. So maybe graduating something. Um, there's someone that's willing to look after you or care for you. That might be time to get yourself a mentor, especially in the business space. This might be a life mentor as well. In general, the hermit means that you should probably put your energy on things that you want to do, not the things that people pressure you to do. That's what I would say. How things are going for me? It's very hot here in the UK. It's very, 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 very hot. After work, feeling unhealthy. Oh no. So I just got back from Australia this week actually. So I'm getting back into the spirit. Lovely me says Omar's current feelings and intentions towards me. Okay, so I feel like this person's really not dwelling on you very much. There might be this wisdom that they kind of moved on with this. However, I do feel that they're unsatisfied how they left this relationship with you. So there you go. Samia says Gentry previously leaked my private pictures. Oh no! Also deleted them now after a few days. He reached out to my email, sending me threats again. Is he trying to scare me or would he stop? Make sure that you get someone else, like possibly a lawyer involved. If you have someone that's got like a friend that's got lawyer experience, you need to, I'm going to tell you what the cards say, but please contact the police and please get yourself like someone that can write a lawyer's letter, ceased and desist, because that's pretty bad, Samia. You can still write a lawyer letter, for sure. That's one thing that I would say. Um, and you can probably just copy and paste a cease and desist letter, because you can actually, if he's got your images without you, you know, or that he's perpetrating it online, you have rights. So yeah, I think honestly, this person's going to stop threatening you if he doesn't get what he wants. And that's one thing that I would definitely say to you, is that he's going to start, you know, I think also you'll start going, okay, well, if pictures out here already, maybe I can do something with this. I don't know if you want to, but there is an option there to create something else as well, Samia, for yourself. So it's taking a bad thing into being more of benefit for you, unfortunately. Um yeah, I'd honestly say that there's, I'd be like, okay, well, they're out there now. Um, so, but make sure, yeah, you don't engage with him. You donated on PayPal. Thank you, XOXO. How does Virgo currently think and feel about me? What's to come? In my love life, look in October. Let's go and double check. Thank you, EXO, for the donation. I appreciate that so much. So how does Virgo currently think and feel about me? There is a weakness when it comes to you. So this person's naturally a strong person, and with the King of Swords, they tend to take their strength as being something that they admire about themselves. So when this person's weak around you, that means that they're willing to take the back seat and they're allowing you to take more control because they love you so much. Um, there's kind of like this feeling of like letting go. King of Swords is very much a leadership person. They like being in places of leadership. They like being in control. They don't like being out of control. So this is kind of a weird thing for them to give you so much space. They're also admiring that you want a lot in life that you're currently working on getting. So you've got plans in action, you've got plans in place, getting you where you want to go. So I would definitely say that this person admires so much your mind, as well as there's kind of like this bit about you that your mind is also currently making the rest of you more attractive. So that's the one thing that I would say to you. You're not not attractive, but that kind of tenacity and how your mind works is making you more attractive, especially to him. And what's to come a love life looks in October. So there's more options for your love life coming October. So you spent the whole year kind of like sitting there going, my love life isn't as great. And October, it'll just flip, and you'll be like, oh my god, everyone's coming out the woodwork. I'm very sure there'll be ex contacting you and stuff like that. And you'll have to be like, no, which one do I want? So be a little bit careful. The Emperor card, I think if you don't be very specific about what you want, there's going to be more of a failing of trying to deal with things. So it could be that if you don't have a concrete like, yes, that's you are the one that I want, um you'll spend too much time sitting there going, wow, I have options, and then you won't get the people that you want. So thank you, XOXO, for that donation. I hope that answered all your things. Harris Zoran's feelings, actions, when to contact. How is everyone today? Feelings, actions, when to contact. So this person is feeling very positive about this relationship. When to contact. Um, they are overspending themselves when it comes to contact. So it's kind of a weird thing because I feel like they're spending a lot of time being by themselves. And so therefore I feel even though they feel very positive about this relationship, they're not going to put their actions into contacting you. You're very welcome, XOXO. So it's kind of a bit where I feel that they're just too shy for this. That's one thing that I would say. Thank you, Arita. Thank you so much for the donation. But yeah, I would honestly say to you, yeah, yeah, to be a little bit careful with this person, because I think they are being very shy, and you probably need to be a little bit more persuasive. Like, oh yeah, do you want to come out, take me out, you know? So that's one thing I would say. Samira, I missed you. Oh, I missed you guys too. Arita, where is your question? Please tell me what A is thinking about me now, we couple. Okay, so it's interesting because I feel like Arita, this person's feeling like they've taken on too much already, so they're hiding away. With the Justice in Reverse card, it could be that you have been quite critical of them of late, and so therefore they're kind of like not wanting to cause too much trouble. So I would honestly say to you, like, you need 5 positive interactions for 1 negative action, and this is kind of building up. With the Knight of Wands, I feel like this person's rushing around trying to control everything when they can't, and you might need to step in and give them a little bit more direction, because I think they're just like scared of doing this wrong, and but they also get criticized when they're doing something good. So be more specific about what you want them to do. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Hey, I'm back. I am back, Katie. Libra says, may I know Esteban's attention towards me, please? Esteban. No worries. Hello, Seba. How are you? So Libra. This person wants to care and protect you a lot. They also have a very practical kind of relationship with you, so they definitely are in love with you. But they are more in that feeling of practicality. So I would honestly say to you that Libra, they're not very good with emotions. They are very they're very not good at anything that doesn't cause them to do action. So do realize that if you're trying to explain your emotions, they might not be able to deal with the emotion. They more need a practical plan. Okay, if this happens, this is what I do. Compared to, just so they want to practically love you, but they can't deal with emotions, and that's something that they have to deal with. I'd say honestly, yes. Yes, he does miss you a lot. But I think that he also can't deal with the emotion. Katie, thank you so much. Well, he could go somewhere else. Oh, bird. Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat, Katie. Let me grab your cards for you. Jordan and I went separate to focus on a healing, maybe find better partners. How do you think the separation will go for us? Thank you, No Way, for being patient. Thank you, everybody, for being patient and kind, you know? Okay, so right, there is more celebrations coming in for you. I think, Katie, in general, I would definitely say that there's a lot of things that surround you that is happiness itself. Um So just focus on yourself, focus on your own happiness. With the moon upright, I feel like one thing that I say from the most of the times that I've drawn cards for you and Jordan, Jordan has like a tendency to focus on what other people say to him. So he's always scared of making people, you know, um yeah, he wants to fit in the crowd. So with the magician in reverse, he doesn't tend to pursue his own immediate ideas. So this is kind of something that he will have to go through of that process, or he just never does it. That kind of bit of like letting that go. With this one, I think that you guys understand where you guys are and that you're both healing. And I think this is due to this for you both. You had a really kind of not great childhood. Your mom and dad weren't particularly great together. Um, that doesn't mean that they weren't showed loving signs or whatever, but there was kind of like, dealing with that. So therefore you both have to heal that kind of childhood, especially teenagers side. I feel like it was more in your teens that you started pointing out how these things didn't work and how you guys were getting upset about everything. Um, Queen of Cups. There is a feeling that you depend on other people for your emotional happiness or connection. I think the hardest part is there's a difference that you need to separate your spiritual fulfillment and the way that you get love. So at the moment, I would say for you, from what I'm feeling, is that your love and your spiritual is the same place. And so therefore you still should expect like love from people. You should expect a certain amount of reciprocation, but the spiritual life that you want to lead, no one will get that for you. That's important, you know. Um, and so therefore you need to find or pursue someone that's very separate, very different from you. This is also a feeling of actually asking people for help instead of like, oh, I can do this alone. I've already always done this alone. At the moment, I don't see you guys getting back together, and I think it's because you guys needed to learn these little lessons that are causing so much underneath. Yeah, so there's a lot of underneath stuff that you need to work on. I don't think that you're not great together. That's why it's kind of hard. But at the moment, the cards are saying that unless there's really a different alignment where you guys click things go back into place, that yeah, you guys won't get back together from these cards. Thank you, Katie, for the super chat. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. Siba says, welcome back. Does FQ have a romantic feelings for me? You're very welcome, Katie. Thank you. There is a lot of flirting and there's also a lot of judgment here. So this person feels that you're worthy of pursuit, but they also tend to love bomb people. I don't think that they're narcissist in a way. They just tend to be very over the top when it comes to pursuing. And yeah, the cards are saying that, the kind of overwhelming, at the moment they're overwhelming, and you might have to take a step back, because what actually happens is they get tired. So once they get the thing that they want, they don't tend to pursue it more. Hello, Kevin. I hope you're doing well. I am good, great. And you? Arita says, "How can I be more happy doing my work? I'm so burnt out and I need some spark." Okay, so you're overspending a lot, and you have to realize that there's a lot of stuff at work that you're not compatible for, or you're not trained to do. So you might need to speak up and sit there and go, "I'm not actually qualified to do these things that you're asking me." The other thing that I would definitely say is you're possibly overspending in your money aspect, because you're burnt out. So you're using a lot of your money to kind of um self-soothe after work. So you might need to save some money, so therefore you can sit there and go, if it doesn't continue, like in 6 months, I can find another job. Queen of Wands, work on the things that make you creative. And this could be like suggesting certain things at work that you can use your creativity for. So therefore, um like one of my sisters used to dress windows, and she really liked it because she could um have that creativity. So that's one thing that I would say. If not, bring your creativity to the things that you're not doing for work. Samira says, "Which direction Baba's feeling thinking about me after receiving his birthday gift and special card from me today." Oh, happy birthday, Baba. There's kind of an interesting thing. Baba doesn't like his birthdays, firstly. So, Arita, then you need to pursue your creative parts of it. So, yeah, he doesn't like his birthdays at all. He's very adamant about them not giving him any birthday gifts. So, he's feeling a little bit old today. Um, he also doesn't like presents. Now, that's different. So Samira, like a lot of times people don't like gifts because they don't know what to do with them. And that's a hard thing, because I think he appreciates the thought, but he also didn't know what to do about his birthday gift. Um, but he's going to be really in contact with you soon, because he appreciates the thought, he appreciates the gesture, but do realize that all he thinks about his birthday is him getting old. So it might be that, but he does appreciate that for sure. Siva, thank you so much for the donation yet again. Does FQ and I have a future together? What's the likely outcome between us? Is he giving me mixed signals? Okay, let's double check. Does anyone really enjoy, like, having a creative job? Does anyone in chat have creative jobs, or are you allowed to do any creative stuff? Does FQ and you have a future together? It's hard with this. I would definitely say no, but it depends from now on. So I would say the likely outcome between you guys is that you separate or depart from, because other people there but don't want you to be together. So friends and family don't want you to be together. And so therefore it's too much of a struggle, because that's what happens. Um He's giving you. I don't think he's giving. Well, it is mixed signals, but it's not mixed signals as you're seeing that. Ace of Cups, new love. He's definitely in love with you, but this is coming after not being in a space that's, like his previous relationship fell apart and he has a possibility of getting back with the person that he likes. So it's kind of like a weird thing where you're kind of walking into a situation that he's not over his ex yet. Um so the thing is that I think that you'll be both in this relationship. I don't think that, he wants to look after you and wants to take care of you. You tend to feel like a lot more childlike to him. This might be just his way that he sees women. And the hangman, it seems like you're going to enter this relationship anyway. It's just the thing is that with the friends and family, I don't think that it will go, yeah, it'll go very well for you unless something really happens and you guys just sit there and go, okay, you know what? We're happy the way we are. We're happy together, you know? Because sometimes that can be a really hard thing, you know? So I hope that helped you, Siba. If I haven't answered any one of those questions, let me know. Muniz, Muniza, Muniza. Sorry, it's always the I that kind of puts me off. Was big happy changes coming in next in my life. Well, there's kind of like this feeling of that you need to give more, and this might be that you're holding on to too much, and so therefore maybe giving things, not money, but it could be time or just doing something nice for someone else, will spur some really good and nice changes. The thing is, there's opportunities coming in for you, so these things are coming in. So this is things that you've been waiting on that are coming to pass. So I think that that would be this month. And King of Swords. So this is if you don't have a partner right now, it's a partner coming in for you, or King of Swords can be a mentor, someone that wants to help you succeed in life. Does he want to commit to me? I think in some ways not. Super. Should I worry about his ex? I would think that I would worry about his ex. So yeah, I think from this, Muniza, I would say that you've got someone else coming in for you. So buckle up, enjoy the journey. What's A's most dark secret? I'm feeling like he's not telling it to me. Hello, Sichi. Oh, there was something to do with being a teenager, and there was embarrassing thing that his friends did, which caused him probably a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak. Like, yeah, he still thinks about it sometimes, but I wouldn't say that's a dark secret. I feel like that's the case. Yes, I would say yes, Manisa, this month. Kevin says, how does Akashat feel about me romantically? No contact. This person feels like they like you, Kevin, but with the Page of Swords, there's a certain amount of deception there. So either this person's talking to someone else, or they aren't particularly all, you know. Yeah, it seems like they like you, but not enough to be with you. You're very welcome, Nunisa. I don't know. I, it's weird. It feels like they're just falling from the sky, almost. Tempest says general reading. If you have a question too, it might take a while, so be patient. So Tempest, Ace of Pentacles. There's a new offer of somehow you're going to make money. Now this is a weird thing because I'm getting a specific thing that you could be doing. So it's like, how can I explain it? It's like you take a item and then you can make more money with it, like arbitrage or something like that. Like you sell it on and make more money. Um, you're feeling very unsatisfied right now, and that's due to there's kind of like you're looking at the future when you should focus on the present. And I think this is because a lot of times you're not putting in the work now, you know, to get yourself to the next level, you know? So I would honestly say focus every single day and just put in a little bit more work. No way, says what's coming for me in Korea. I'm not working. There's a lot of options coming in, but with the Queen of Cups, you're feeling really, really bad right now. Um, this is hard because when we're feeling very low, you're very welcome, Tempest. So no way. When we're feeling very low about ourselves, it's kind of causing yourself to have a narrow vision. So this might be walking outside, playing with nature, getting out and getting some sunshine. Because there's a lot more opportunities coming in for you, like heaps, 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 heaps. The one thing that I would say to you is that you have an opportunity to either do something to do with um what would I say, landscaping, but gardening, landscaping. So therefore you're able to organize people's potted plants or beds or whatever. So it wouldn't take you that long to do it. Or gardening. Something to do with gardening because it's an outdoor position and you'll be really excited about that because it seems very much something that you want to do because you're very close to nature. So I would say that, yeah, like honestly, knock on a couple of people's doors and sit there and go, I can do your garden for you. Because I don't think that it's something that you can't do because it feels like something very close that you would do straight away. Gardening. And not guiding. So something like landscaping, potted plants, kind of changing their garden or just doing gardening for them, you know. Zeba, thank you for the donation. FQ and JY still actively in touch and getting back together. I don't think that they're actively in contact, but FQ still wants this relationship. There's kind of like this feeling that they were still really wanting to be together, and that's how they feel. You know, it's like he's I don't know whether it is that she wants to get out of the relationship she's in, but he's really upset that she's not with him. That's a big thing. So, here you go. Sarah, I do see your question. Don't worry, you'll get answered. Arita, I think last question. How is Kay going in love life? Does he know I am in a relationship? How is Kay going in love life? Um, he can be really reckless and quite foolish. So I feel like he tends to wreck his relationships. Not that I don't think this is a bad thing. It's just he thinks that he's got the person, and so therefore then he just doesn't put in the work and focuses on money instead of love, and focuses on his own um happiness, not theirs. So there's kind of like this decision of whether he wants to stay in this relationship or not. But I don't think that he's really knows that you're in a relationship. So there you go. Sarah says, can I know if I start a new project with small money, how's the result? Earn or lose money? Okay, so the cards are saying that there is fear based in the past that you need to let go of because, there's also a certain amount of self-doubt, you know. So I think that with these two right here, you're very welcome, Marita. Thank you so much. Um, with these two, your business will fail mostly because the way that you believe. The belief is, still fear in the past and still your page of swords. You try and convince that you're very welcome, Marita. You try to convince yourself it's a right, and so therefore you need to let go of the fear and you need to let go of the self doubt. The only way that you would get to succeed is just to start. So in general, like most of the time, why people fail is because they don't even start. Queen of Pentacles, you are very proficient at business. I don't think that if I gave you a business plan or I gave you a business that you couldn't run it. It's more like the thoughts of like, oh, you know, you're very welcome, Seba. No, thank you. Did GY fool FQ into thinking she unwillingly left him, or she willingly give up a relationship? Um, I think willingly, because with this, she wanted to be cared and protected, and this other person that's come along has been a lot more caring. So, FQ tends to be very direct, very blunt, and not so much emotional. And she wanted someone that would care for her a lot more. So she gave it up willingly. Hello, Aunt Jay. How are you? Witchy Farmer. Hello. My question is, what are Jay's true intentions towards me? Hierophant. Your friend is very interesting. They're well traveled, and they are a lot more experienced than you. However, I do feel like the more this is going to be more a professional relationship than a love relationship. So, do you realize that you might talk about things, you'll have a great time with them, but they're in a different space of their lives compared to you, witchy farmer. But yeah, I think that you might not always be in contact with this person in the future because they tend to be really busy and you just don't have the same kind of interests as them. So that's what I would say. Beauty Cat says, "What's the future between me and Sabai? His next actions." No worries. So interestingly enough, I think Sabai is not going to be listening a lot more in the future. They're also not really working really hard on this relationship. They have a weakness towards not really focusing on what they want. So I feel like you guys will fall out of alignment or fall out of love here because they're just not doing enough. They're not doing enough to sustain this relationship compared to what they could be doing. What is peace, lifestyle, love, work, personal? Okay, so Page of Cups is their personal life is very much thinking for thinking. So this person tends to be caught up in thought. So there could be this feeling that they zone out a lot when they're at home and they're really not thinking about things, but they're thinking about everything. That's one thing that I would say, Andre. Work, very much they're focused on the future when they should be focusing on their work that's in front of them. I There's kind of a feeling of scatterbrainedness, but this could be just because they wake up too early for work and they're not in the right mindset when they go to work, so they're already tired. That can happen to a lot of us. Love, they tend to overthink the choices that they have in front of them. So a lot of times people will think, I'm such a great person, so therefore I've got lots of options here. And sometimes we can be disillusioned and we tend to walk away from things that, aren't we're not happy with. And that's one thing that I would say to them is that they tend to be dreamer. They tend to be, not that this is not cute, but they tend to be a little bit more in their headspace than, day to day. And that's kind of like one thing that I would say to them is like, hey, you might need to realize how you're doing stuff. Should you go for arranged marriage or wait for FQ to get his feelings sorted? Oh, I think that maybe try to see if you go through like a matchmaker or something, because with this Ace of Wands and Nine of Pentacles, I would definitely feel that this person will not get their stuff sorted. They're constantly going to be like, well, this person doesn't love me, and that person doesn't love me, and that person doesn't love me, and I'm like, well, actually, there's a lot of people around you that you could give your time to, but they don't tend to think about that. Aldous says, one and only question, going to work soon, sorry. You should not apologize for going to work. Thank you, Aldous, for being here. Will H be my boyfriend, or is he just using me? I would say from this, he's just using you, and he's not going to be your boyfriend, because this seems like he doesn't want to be friends with you. Page of Swords in reverse can be a sign of deception. So this person's not completely honest. And the cards are saying that you're struggling and you should walk away from that. So I would definitely say that that's the case. Thank you so much for the donation. Zichi? Feelings of Joshi, is there any future have interest on him? Well, he's definitely weak towards you, so there's kind of a feeling of that he definitely thinks about you a lot. So that's kind of a weird thing. The Fool, he tends to be one of those people that tends to not focus on the future, tends to make plans or any concrete things. So I would honestly say to you, he's probably not ready for a relationship, because he needs to really focus on, you know, getting his stuff sorted, getting himself together, because without that, he's going to be in a with a lot of problems. So that's one thing that I would say to you, is that he just doesn't work towards the things that he wants. But he does like you, and it could just be that you're both young and he hasn't got to that point yet. Kaiti says, what does he think about me now after fight? Reconnect or not? I don't feel like the reconnection's there. I think he's pursuing other options with the Hermit, and your Five of Wands in reverse. He's just not connecting with you. So I would definitely say that he's kind of moving on, unfortunately. You're very welcome, CG. Thank you for the donation. Amrita says, what is Jay's intentions towards me? Well, he's definitely planning something here, and Page of Wands, he's actually wanting this connection. So I would say that he's thinking of doing something, and he's planning this relationship with you. So I would say that's very positive. I would say that you're not listening as much, and this could be not you're not you know what he's trying to say to you. You're probably not listening to his feelings or the way that he's doing things for you. So that kind of feels like he's saying things like, I like you, I want to be with you, but you're not picking that up. Samantha says, what is Javid's, my ex attentions towards me? No contact. Well, he's still in love with you with the Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So this person probably wants to connect. However, with the Hermit, they kind of distance themselves from you. This might be because they feel like they wouldn't be able to give you the things that you want in life. So they're kind of frustrated and upset about that. So that's one thing I would say. Hello, Divine Soul, welcome in. So that's a big thing for it. Yolandia says, "What? Will I see Kirby at the polo event?" It's good to see you today, Divine Soul. So, will I see Kirby at the polo event in October? Yes, you will see them in the polo event in October, but it might not be for very long, but they will be at that polo event. So Nalali says, can I ask what SC's feelings towards me? What is his intentions? No contact. He's very focused on you for some reason. Why he's not being in contact is there's kind of like he's physically stuck. He also thinks that you're very different from him. So this could be that he doesn't feel that you would be wanting him, or you would fit into his life, you know? But that's one thing that I would say to you is that he likes you. It just feels that he's stuck. And I don't think that he'll confess his feelings anytime soon. Divine Soul says, "What are current feelings of him for me? Any change?" How's everyone enjoying chat? The Emperor. I like Owen at the moment is feeling very put out, like very upset. However, there's more options coming in for him, so I do feel like he's starting to get out of this kind of I like honestly this year has been one depressive episode after another. So he's feeling very, not so happy for himself. I feel like this one the Emperor is he's very um feeling sorry for himself, kind of, Um but with these new options, I definitely feel like he's coming out of whatever state he's in. Any changes? Yes, incredibly so. So this feels like next month you'll get to hear from him a lot more. Just because I think that he's realized that you stuck with him compared to anybody else in his life. You stuck with him, you messaged him, you made sure that he's okay. And I think that he wants to pay that back because a lot of people have left. A lot of people have left his life. And you were the one that kept on going. Ten of Cups, yeah, Ten of Cups in the middle. So yeah, with this one, it's options, but Ten of Cups is a contract to marriage, or the happiness of a relationship. So it's the happiness of a relationship that really comes up. So in the normal tarot, you have the rainbow and you have the Ten of Cups and the couple here. So that's important if you know tarot. So yes. Sumia says, my batchmates tried to create a false image of me. Will I regain my respect in the college? Yes, I think so. However, you'll be stuck with some impression of like the things that they've done, so it won't just go away. However, with the Wheel of Fortune, you can plan to change the viewpoints of yourself. So I think that it is immutable, so you can change that. That's one thing that I would say to you. And with the Ace of Cups, it seems like, yeah, like you'll have more people connecting with the new version of you, not the old one. So I would say be a lot more optimistic, more happy, and people would gravitate to you and realize who you are. I think so, Divine Soul. I would definitely send him a message right now. What Lauren says, what is Kay's true intentions to me and our connection? Well, there's excitement here. Definitely excited. The Eight of Swords in reverse is out of mental struggle. So he's not going to be working very hard on this connection, but he's definitely excited. So enthusiasm makes up for not working hard. But it's just one of those things that I would say that the mental struggle is going to ease, you know? I try, Muniza. I tried. Did I not say that? I think in general, yes, Divine Soul, you should send a message. Page of Swords. Be very specific why you contacted him. Don't be very subversive. Like, I was thinking about you today. You could be like, oh, well, a friend of mine told me to contact you, or something like that. Don't be very subversive, and see a bigger picture there. So don't be like a little tiny words. You need to have the bigger words, like, hey, everything's going great, like the sun's shining, a friend told me to contact you and see how you gone. That's all you needed to do. Lemius, just put down your question. Unfortunately, it's going to be whoever I can see. Lena says, what are Terry's connection status with Shakira? And what are Terry's next actions towards me? Okay, so connections. I think that that's not a lot of connections with this Shakira. Like, it's like someone that he knows, It's not like, you know. And then Queen of Pentacles. So this is interesting because next action towards you will be trying to help you. Anything that you want help with, he's going to be there to help. But yeah, I don't. Shakura seems like someone that he knows, but he's not really talking to her or interacting with her. CTS, will Tiger call or text me soon? I'm thinking of a real tiger. That's funny. Call or text you soon. Actually, at the moment, no. I do think that you will come on their mind, but it will be later tonight and they will be like, oh, I want to text them, but I don't want to feel like a creep. So, do you realize that Tiger might be thinking about you later on tonight, but they don't want to text you because then, it's going to be in the middle of the night. Suchi says, will I get a mission in DU on 11th of September? Can you please tell me? Thank you, Queen. Death Emperor. No, I don't think that you'll get a mission, but don't give up yet. It's like realize that go very slowly. A death card, you're holding on to something. So this could be you're holding on thoughts of that you won't succeed. So I would honestly apply again. So this will be very slowly, instead of you're very welcome, Luna. You're very welcome, KCT. So honestly, I would say just do it again. Um, if they tell you, oh, well, you can't pass this submission, just sit there and go, hey, you know, I was supposed to wait and then do it. So therefore, I don't have to compete with anybody else. I shine like a diamond. And you have to believe it. You've got to sit there and go, I didn't get through because I'm not supposed to compete with any of these. Lee says, my heart is broken. Why does my ex want to be friends with me? Have new connection. He betrayed me and left. Because he wants options, Lee, unfortunately. And he doesn't want to work hard if things don't go out well in life. He wants to call back to you and he wants to, have this relationship again, and he wants to use you as his punching bag, or, So I would honestly say no stuff that you can go and boil your head, because that's what he wants. He just wants options. He doesn't care about you, unfortunately. Queen says, I liked what is his feelings, intentions towards me. We re-separated. Oh no. Um, he was trying to find himself. That's why you've kind of separated. Judgment. You are amazing, Queen. Like he doesn't think that you could do anything else for him. Like, you're honestly perfect the way you are. The problem is that, you're very welcomely. The problem is that kind of caused a problem with him. That, you were doing all this lovely stuff for him and he couldn't do that stuff for you. That was the problem. But, don't feel guilty for that. That's got to be his point of view. Thank you, Emerita, for the donation. What are Maya's thoughts about me? So this is interesting. He wants to not be friends. With the Knight of Wands, he's rushing into this like crazy. So I would honestly feel like he's pushing himself a lot more to impress you. The one thing that I would definitely say is that he still wants to look after you, but he does treat you like a child as well. So that's a problem, I would say, in general, is that he does see you being younger than or less than, you know? Not in a bad way, because he tends to, want to care for you, but that's the case. So he definitely wants to pursue this relationship. Zara Diara. Actions of Makey's Aquarius towards me after last communication. Thanks, Cassandra. Thank you, Laura, for the donation. I really appreciate it. So Queen of Wands, the Hierophant. I feel like you're both very stubborn. That you're expecting each other to apologize for something, and I don't know whether I don't think it's because you guys are talking right now. You know, it wasn't like the conversation you just had, but I think that you guys have to give up and walk away and come back and like talk about things, not the same things that have caused the stubbornness, but you know, I would honestly say to you, well, if you guys are no contact right now, give up and walk away, because I think that you're both too stubborn for you guys to really talk to each other to kind of work that through. So there you go. Laura, what are whose cancer current feelings for me? So there is healing. So this person's healing a lot right now. They got really heartbroken, and you know, they're excited about this relationship though. They're very excited, but the fool. So I would honestly say, Laura, it's kind of a hard thing. This person is a nice person. A very, very nice person. And they got really broken by doing everything for someone, and that person walked away from them. You know, they gave up and walked away, and they just couldn't deal with that. So they just gave up. They didn't want to keep on investing in people because they were like, okay, well, you know, um they still want to care and look after you, and they find you very attractive. It's just at the moment, give them time to really trust you, because at the moment there's no trust here. They're expecting you to walk, and you might feel this weird thing where they kind of push and pull you kind of away. So it's kind of like push and pull you, and then you're like, why are they doing that? But they really would like to work on this relationship. Amarita says, what are Neil's thoughts about me? Thank you, everybody, for your super chats today. I do appreciate that. Okay, well, that's excitement, which was interesting. This guy hides his feelings a lot. Because there's a lot of like times the cards have kind of flipped over and flipped into the deck. So I would honestly say that he tends to be very secretive. With King of Cups, there's kind of like this feeling that he could be a water sign like a Scorpio. But in general, it's weird because he tends to hide his emotions very much, because he doesn't want someone to sabotage him, you know. The excitement, he's very excited about this relationship. And with the lovers in reverse, it's like you've known each other forever. Like that's how strong this love bond is between you guys. So that's what I would say about that. Um Laura. DN Karen's current feelings and actions within the month. Interesting. This person seems to be not very happy with, you know, with people, friends in their in their life. And this could be just because they've put themselves in too much of a problem, and they don't know how to get out, and their friends keep telling them, okay, this is how you need to work on this, and they've kind of completely ignored their friends. They're talking like everything's fine, everything's okay, but underneath I feel like they're stuck and they don't want to admit it. So do realize at the moment you can't help them. They need to help themselves first. Like the first law of like Alcoholics Anonymous or any of the anonymous groups is that they have to ask. And it could be that people are giving them unsolicited advice and they need non non advice. They want someone to listen to them. Ace of Wands, I think that they'll get something that they want very soon. But this will be, hello Foxy, how are you? Um, but yeah, it's kind of like that they need to work on that. They need to, see that kind of thing. Oh, okay, we're gonna get out and we're gonna be alright. But you're not going to be able to help them until they see it for themselves, okay? Did you get your job, Ari? Okay. Anche says, "What job will I get and when?" Okay, so there seems to be like an interesting thing where you've got a lot of options coming in. Hierophant, I think it's to do with something in academia or learning. This could be actually working somewhere like a university, maybe as a janitor first, but there's kind of like this feeling that you will be pursuing knowledge. It will be some way that you can either train or you'll be teaching. There's, I think it's more training, so you'll be training towards something that gets you a degree or something like that. Queen of Swords in reverse. When I think this is down to someone that you know very well. There could be someone that's actually trying to help you right now. Queen of Swords in reverse. This person's disappointed with you. This could be your mom or someone like that. But with the Queen of Swords, it feels like this is more about talking to this person. So it could be like someone's offered you a job and you haven't taken it up because that's important. Layla says, "What is Anne's and his current feelings towards me? I'm Sagittarius." Well, Ace of Wands, there is definitely that this is what he wants. He has a lot of messy past, so he's kind of trying to clean that up. You're very welcome, Anjay. Trying to clean that up to show you the better side of himself. So there's kind of a feeling that he just wants to work on that. And this feeling of, he wants to look after you, protect you, care for you. But he feels like you're younger or needs more care. That's what I would say from that. Tamana Tam Tam Anna. Sorry. It's better when I kind of like chunk like de-chunk name. I apologize. I was found out that I was dyslexic when I was a kid. So sometimes it's hard for me to pronounce things. My partner Animal, it's the family is matching horoscopes with another girl. Will it match? Will he get hitched somewhere else soon? No, I don't think this horoscope will match. Unfortunately, it's a weird thing because I don't think that, his heart is healing though, so I think he's working on his own path. He's probably telling them no, which is the interesting thing. and with Temperance is chaos. So honestly, I don't think that he really likes this matching. And with the chaos, it doesn't seem like he's going to be matched anytime soon because he has a unique personality, and I don't think that it will match anybody that they're trying to get him connected to. So there you go. M. Love reading with Taurus. You're very welcome. How is everyone in chat? Okay, so this Taurus is doing you're very welcome, Tamana. The Taurus is doing what they normally do, and they're flirting, but not in a good way. Tauruses are good at enjoying flirting, but they're not always great at dealing with things. Um, so they're making a mess of it. Or anyway, Queen of Wands. So if you're the masculine or the feminine, it doesn't matter whether you're pursuing someone of the same sex. It doesn't matter. Queen of Wands is very focused on you. So I would honestly say if you're feminine, then you're focused on this relationship more than the masculine. If you're the masculine, the feminine is very focused on you. So that's one thing that I would say. And a feeling like ability to not listen. No, I don't think that they're involved in anybody else, because there is two things that I would say that means that they really are interested in you. Because they're not listening to you, and they're also trying to flirt very heavily, so they're invested in you. You know. But if you see a Taurus, my advice: no, we're so nice. Just don't let us off in a China shop. Laura says Dean's feelings for me. Will he contact me this month? Thank you so much for the super chat yet again. When you see a Capri, just type in whatever star sign you are. Right when you see this. Right when you see that. No running for me. I just sit there and go, okay, if you want to butt heads with me, that's fine. Let's fight. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Deanne's feelings for me. Okay. So the Hermit, it's weird because this person is really hiding away. So they're not going to contact you this month. They're focusing on money. That also, the Magician in reverse means that this person's not willing to flirt with you, or Pisces, Aries, cusp, run away. Kidding. So yes, at the moment, no flirting, no lust. This is hard because you really want this person to really pursue that, because that means that there's first opening signs of attraction. There's also a feeling that they feel like they botched this already, Laura. Like they've botched the relationship with you. So they might have said something that they found embarrassing, or that they weren't very impressed by them saying. So, they might be hiding because they just think that you're going to find them embarrassing. So, is he flirting outside our relationship? No. And then he's focusing on you. I would definitely say that. Siva, thank you so much for the super chat again. Will I get married this year? Lady Up, thank you for your patience. I have seen you. Will you get married this year? I think maybe engaged, not married. Seba, because the cards are saying you focus on yourself and you focus on something, that will be what will make you happy. No, Eminem, he is definitely focused on you because there's that non-listening but also flirtation. So, he's very obsessed. Lady Up says, "Hey, what's coming for me in love? Someone new or the past? Thank you for your patience." Okay, so there's kind of a physical stuckness for you. And Page of Swords, this is not great. At the moment, no one's coming for you, lady. And it's because you're kind of physically stuck on something. You're physically stuck, maybe. I don't know. I feel like this is a place. So this is like if you are still in the house that you had with your ex or something like that. Hello, Shreya, welcome in. You're very welcome. And M. Um, so you are kind of stuck. This may be a feeling of like you haven't got past something that you need to get past physically. Page of Swords, you're trying to convince yourself that you're fine. That's one thing that I would say. With Knight of Wands, you're chasing this and you're chasing this too hard. So I would honestly say take a step back, wait, you know, wait for people to approach you. And Page of Wands, Page of Swords, stop convincing yourself that it's okay. With whatever you're physically stuck on, you're just like, it's okay, it's alright, yeah. With your ex, this karmic relationship, I would say so. From, how stuck you are on it. Yeah. I yeah, I would be running as fast as I could away from that. Uh Seba says, "Will I get engaged to some guy my parents pick or FQ?" Some guy your parents pick for sure. Ace of Cups. Yeah, so someone that your parents plan, but I think that get introduced and you really like this person. King of Swords and a Hierophant. Wise, smart, dry sense of humor, you know? You're very welcome, Lady Up. How you been, Cass? A long time. I went on holiday for 2 months to see family. My grandmother turned 90, so I went back for a holiday slash I was kind of working, but I wasn't streaming, so that was kind of a sad bit. Will Hove offer me a solid relationship this year? I hope you had a good time with your family and happy birthday to your grandmother. I will tell her that a lot of lovely, lovely people have wished her happy birthday on the internet. I like she doesn't. She kind of knows that I stream, but she doesn't get it. She's 90, so it's kind of a hard thing for her to realize that the internet has changed so much. But she has a laptop and she can access YouTube, which is a weird thing. My mom kind of taught her how to use a laptop. And last time I was there, I was all in preparation to trying to teach her how to use a smartphone. But I ran out of time, so, maybe next time I'm there. She wants to live another 10 years or more. I'm like, okay. Well, she's very with it. She can walk and she can talk, and her memories on a little bit on the like the weird and wobbly side, but it's still good, you know? If I get to 90 and be that, with it, I'll be happy. Okay, Laura, sorry for the wait, you know. Will have offer you a solid relationship this year. Yes, I think so. With this protection, looking after you, actually really excited. There's a lot of new things coming in, and the excitement with the Page of Swords, it's kind of an unusual thing. So I'm going to clarify this Page of Swords because I don't. Okay, so they're going to offer you a solid relationship this year, but do you realize that some parts of this year it's going to be hard for them to get over something that triggers them? So do you realize that every time they trigger, they're going to be trying to run, Laura? And that's not down to you, that's down to dealing with their past. And I think that they will start laughing because they're like, oh yeah, every time we fight or, something comes up, I want to run away. So you've got to just give them enough patience because it's not about you, it's about how they're dealing with stuff, okay? Oh, it's sticky today. It's really sticky here in the UK. I'm expecting it to rain. It's 28 degrees and it's not raining. Okay. Uh, SS says Sachin's feelings towards me, his actions disappointing me always. Yeah, I can understand why. Like, he's messy. He doesn't really want to be in a relationship anytime soon. He's getting very frustrated with, everything in life. And he kind of sees you in the past. With the Ace of Swords, you feel like your sky is falling down because you care for this person so much. But I wouldn't know that, I don't know how I could explain it. Like, I think that you're expecting a lot out of this person, and they don't expect anything out of themselves at all. Kimberly says, I didn't know you lived in the UK. What part of the world did you think I lived? Seba says, what is up with FA's love life? Is he separated? Does he keep an eye on me? He's not separated yet. Like, there's kind of like this feeling that he's really not working on, separation. There's kind of like this feeling that he's not, you know, it could be that he's just accepting status quo. So maybe in general, they're living a separated life, but he's not really separated. And he is keeping an eye on you, Zebra. So, I have no clue, but I think they say UK's accents can sound different. Well, I don't really have a UK accent unless I try. I try to be very British and then I can sound British. But then people sit there and go, "Oh, you sound Hungarian." And I'm like, so that's what a kind of Australian accent sounds like, kind of like Australian accent sounds like with it crossed with UK. I don't know. I don't know what my accent sounds like anymore. I can sound very British when I want to. But a lot of times British people actually sound very different depending on what part of the UK they are from. Yes. Yes, of course, Siva. I'm not British originally. I'm actually Australian. But yeah, now I'm British. I'm like dual now. I had to go and get my piece of paper the other day that says that now I'm a naturalized citizen. So now I'm two. I could have two passports. Go through the airport going bah bah bah. Which one do you want? Bah. Okay, Miriam says, why does my ex spy on me on the Instagram account? He got married, no contact. I think that he doesn't want to be married, or he's not liking being married, Miriam, and he's like wanting to see how your life is like. It kind of misses you, that bit where the grass is always greener on the other side until, it's not green. It does sound like I'm Australian. Yeah, especially when I say Australian. A lot of times people pick it up. Also, I can sound a lot more Australian when I want to, you know. Um, Australians just have that kind of accent where everything goes into one, and then we have that kind of uplift on the end. So that's a very Australian accent, but British accents are very different. um, Munizia says, who is that person who's coming in my life? I'm in the UK. Will he be in the UK or Pakistan? He's going to be from the UK because he's from a very different background than you. So therefore you guys probably are going to be how can I describe it? Two people that have immigrated to the UK. So you're you're from different parts of the world. So that's going to be an interesting thing. There's one person in Pakistan that doesn't want you to leave, or wants you to be with them forever, and they keep talking and they keep chatting, but they just want your attention. They don't want your time. So this person seems to be from the UK, but from another country. And it'll be really interesting because I think you'll kind of manifest them in. There's kind of a feeling that you want certain attributes that they display or possess. Siba says, why is FA keeping an eye on me? Did he see my old travel stories? What did he feel seeing them? Okay, so why is FA keeping eye on me? I think that he does see when you have a hard time dealing with things, and he's like, oh well, um he wants to be part of your life, the nicer part of your life. Sometimes that's a hard thing for him to deal with. Um did he see your travel Insta stories? He did see some of them. I think that he enjoyed some of them for sure. That's one thing that I would say for you. And then what else is there? Knight of Swords. Uh, what did he feel seeing them? Like he wanted to be younger. He wanted to travel with you. He wanted to be, part of life with you. So that's one thing that I would definitely say to you. What's coming towards me in a relationship? You're Sagittarius. Give me 1 second. He is a little bit jealous. Yes, super. I think the next relationship or the relationship you're in is going to go slowly. So take your time because there's kind of a gap between these relationships for you. But Patron ones, it seems like something's approaching you. Someone's approaching you that you've thought about for a long time. And this could be that you don't know them yet because there's no person here. There's like idea of them, but there's no person. And that's a big thing to tell you that, you know, that's important, you know. Rosalie says, why is he not satisfied with his marriage? Because the person that he married turned out to be so the Empress of Right is usually like the perfect woman. You want to marry her and want to have kids with her. But because it's reversed, at one point in time, I would say that he thought that she was the perfect woman, but now he doesn't. With the Fool and the thank you, Sipa. With you know, with the Fool and the Four of Wands, he wants to go and travel and you experience the world without the shackles of being caught in a relationship. And that's what I would say he's unsatisfied by. He's like got upset that, life isn't going the way he's planned it and he's taking it out on his relationship, I feel. Seba says FA's thoughts for me versus his thoughts for his current partner. Ooh, that's not good. Um, so his thoughts for you is very caring, very kind, wants to look after you, definitely loves you. But his current partner, Justice, this is like really being very disconnected with them. Yes, Rosalie, I would say that's the case. So he's criticizing everything she does, or he doesn't like the way that she does things. But he's chaotic in this relationship. Like he's running around, he's not being very secure. So this is the problem is that most guys don't get it. You have to be very stable, very secure for your partner. Because if you're not stable and secure for your partner, then they are going to do things that, you don't want to do. LA question one, is Stephen going to settle my case by full this year? What is his thoughts? His thoughts right now are that it's quite messy, you know. Um, this one. So the case that you've got is quite messy. So he's currently cleaning it up, but he thinks LA that you're going to settle this, and he is right. I'm very sure you will settle this by fall of this year, or maybe not fall, but the end of the year. It's very soon, you know. So I would say before December this year. He is mean like that. I would honestly say that it's hard because he doesn't feel like it's mean. He feels like it's justified. But the problem is when you have tit for tat behavior, which most people don't get, like that's what disintegrates a relationship is tit for tat. You can't be tit for tat. You've got to, you know. JH, what is the chick GI thinking of me? Not love related. Thank you for telling me that it's not love related. She's kind of hiding from you. There's kind of like this distance here. She's very cold shouldered when, you know, when you're around though. So she's kind of, you know, she's got not a great past though, so she doesn't trust men a lot. So JH, like that's the problem is that a lot of times people deal with things and they can't deal with things right, you know. Hello, welcome in CG. Kimberly says, why does Marshall watch me when out in public? She's enemy did black magic on me? It feels like she doesn't care about you at all. That's kind of weird that she's done black magic to you. Because you feel like less than something that she would put a lot of work into. Black magic's like, you know, you any kind of magic is hard to do. So, you know, takes time and takes intention. Um so Marshall. Why does Marshall watch me out in public? Because he's excited when you're out in public. Also sees you as being amazing. So they did a study and they did a survey and they said what do people find the most attractive about their partner? And it was like when other people are listening to them talking about something that they like. So if you went to a party and you saw your partner talking to someone else, like that's really attractive. So that's one thing. Also, you wear some really nice things in public, so you look really gorgeous. Like breakfast at Tiffany's kind of thing. But I don't know whether it's breakfast in Tiffany's, but you know, you have this kind of really happy and they like seeing what you're wearing, you know. He also walks past me and doesn't speak, but we're not together, but had a pass. He still appreciates you. um I know that was supposed to be like a sexy laugh wink wink, but you know, might be a creepy one. I might finish up in 10 minutes because we are kind of eight eight people. But thank you everybody for being here. We're gonna finish up some questions. Thank you everyone being here. Yes, it does. It's just me. Oh no. Oh, oh, Lewin. Next time you should sort over and go. Do you have something to say to me? uh, is Javid my ex thinking of coming back to marry me again? Yeah, I would say yes to this. um, and but I don't know whether he's serious because he goes through his life being very not serious. But yeah, honestly, I would say that he would is planning to come back to marry you. CJ says, when will I get my truck fix. Yes, I would say that to that one, Aluan. Yes. Okay. I think that you will get offered a payment plan, or you borrow money, CJ, to get your truck fixed. Um, but then you have to kind of think about how you're going to pay it back. But you will get your truck fixed for sure. And this might be borrowing something off family. Ari says, "You're very welcome, Eluan. Can you tell me how Dan will respond if I ask him for his social media?" I think he'll be really happy. He'll be also planning what to put on his social media, and he cares and protects you very, very much. So I think go ahead. You're very welcome, CJ. La Makiza says, "How did I say it right? Marquisia. Maybe? Marquisia?" "How does O Libra feel towards me? We separated." I don't know whether I did this one already. I feel like I did. But anyway, we've got the cards. So how does O separate Libra feel about, you know, it's hard because like he's missed out. He's missed out. He knows he's missed out on you for sure. But the one thing that I would say is the magician in reverse is that he's not got any lust or, any imagination when it comes to you. So he's kind of realized that I don't think he will come and reconnect again because I think that he realizes that he screwed up. And Queen of Wands, you know, you're focusing more on him than the other one. LA, I did yours, and I said, yes, you're going to settle your case by the end of the year. So December more than the fall. What's his thoughts is that your case is very messy. So I've done yours already. So Baran, will my ex contact me this month? No, but they will contact you the month after, not this month. You're very welcome. Spiritual said, "Hi, did Mark feel bad about communication with P after our last fight?" Yeah, yes and no. So, yes, he feels guilty about it, but, he doesn't feel like it was it was required at the time, but Susie says, "How does my Libra feel towards me? He is from another country, no contact. He still cares and wants to protect you. I think he would contact you very soon because he's been out of a mental headspace. So this means that he's been depressed or he's been fighting himself, and that's resolved now. And the start, he wants to grow this relationship again. So I feel like he's going to come into contact very soon. Megha says, can you see what's the outcome of my relationship with partner R? When will I expect marriage with him or someone else? So the outcome with partner R is that you'll find that you're more of a distraction than anything else, so he doesn't tend to commit to you. When will you expect marriage? I think next year. and this will be with someone else new. So this might be a yeah, yours is so barren. Let me see what your question was, and then I'll tell you. So you someone new, this might be arranged marriage or, matchmaking. So you find someone very quickly. Um, your ex won't contact you this month, so Baron, it'll be next month. Spiritual says, I'm asking, I communicated with P, did he not like it? I feel like when you communicated with P, it was a little bit messy and that he wants to be in control and his heart was broken before, so he wants to kind of it seems like he's giving you a cold shoulder in some ways. So just let him get on with his stuff. Tempest says, how does DJ feel about me? So at the moment, this person's in two minds about whether they're staying or whether they're going. Knight of Swords in reverse is someone that's very disorganized and they've got to get up and go. So I would honestly feel like you're one of their options. You're not the only option. So that's a point of things, Tempest, where I would be like, well, um, I would honestly be like, well, it's like do the talk of like, are we committed? What are we doing? Sharisti says, I'm a Libra. When will Janit unblock me? How does he feel about you currently? Um, I think when he figures out how he's going to put his stuff together, Shristi. So honestly, at the moment, I would give him a couple months, maybe 4 months to get stuff together because, the Hierophant, you are very wise, a very thoughtful person, and he feels that he's not good enough for you. This could be that he's not educated enough because you are very educated, very much, someone that knows everybody. Um, happy child, current feelings of M towards me. Is he upset with me? Yes and no. Like, technically he's upset, but it's more about himself, you know? Um, High Priestess, you're good enough. I think just keep on going the way you're going and keep on being happy and just do your own thing because I think honestly why he's upset is because he feels a lack of stuff and you are being very positive and he's just not getting that. Okay guys, I'm finishing up. Thank you guys for being here and I will see you sometime this week. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye now. Bye. No worries, Katie. See you soon. Susie, I already did that one. So I said that he's not in the right mindset, unfortunately. I don't think he will be in contact anytime soon. Okay, see you guys. Bye.